Hey guys, this is how to downpatch Risk of Rain 2, actually, for real this time. So I'm just going to get right into it. The first thing you're going to need to do is download the Risk of Rain 2 version selector. I'll provide a link to this in the description so that you can download it from this button here, but I'll also provide a link for the actual file directly that I'm using. So we're just going to download this file right now. And you can see with this zip file, I've actually done it before, quite a few times, just to kind of show people how to do it. So, we're just going to take this and bring it into a folder. It doesn't matter where this folder is, doesn't matter what it's called, you just need to bring it into a folder because we're going to be creating some files. Now, if you have WinRAR, you can, or something similar, you can do extract here, but if you don't, you can just double click on this. Sorry, that's WinRAR. I have to go through this because I have WinRAR and it kind of automatically does it, but you can take all these files. If you don't have WinRAR, then it'll automatically go here. Just do Control A to select everything and bring it into this folder. Let's wait for this to complete. Now that we have these files, they should be extracted into here. You can see we have a bunch of files. It doesn't really matter. These are just libraries, basically. What we're going to need to do next is go down to the search bar and type CMD for a command prompt, and this will bring up this little black box here. So in the command prompt, you're going to need to type cd with a space, and you need to drag this folder into here. So what this is doing is it's basically just saying we want to set the directory to here. And you'll know when it worked because it set the directory right here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to need to take this and paste it in there. Now, this has some interesting stuff. You'll be able to see we have a manifest version, which is basically just the version of the game that we're downloading. If you want to download a different version than what I'm using for this video, I'll have a link in the description for the other versions. This is going to be the Devotion update, or the last update before the Secrets of the Storm update, but you can use whatever. There are going to be some fields we are going to need to change no matter what, though, and that's the Steam name and the Steam password. They should be pretty self-explanatory. You basically just need to put in your Steam name. Oh, whoa. You just need to put in your Steam name, which, if I do this, for me, that's Genova35, because that's just the name of my account. And in the password, you're going to need to put your password. Now, obviously, I can't show you that, but you are going to need to put that in there. Now, you're just going to press enter, and it should be good. However, for most things, you probably have this thing, which will appear, which says Steam Guard. Please enter the auth code sent to your Gmail. Basically, you just need to find the Gmail linked to your account, and if I go to my Gmail, you'll see I actually have a new Steam, thing, and here it is. So I just take this, paste it in there, and press enter. Now, it's going to spam this chat with a bunch of text. You don't really need to care about all this. Basically, it's just downloading all those files. So I'll come back to you once it's downloaded. Alright, so you can see it's completed, it's disconnected from Steam, everything is good. If it got stuck in the middle while it was downloading, you just need to delete this folder that it creates and restart the process of doing the CD, typing in your password, or username and password, and waiting for it to download. Anyway, we're not actually done yet. So let's go to these files we just downloaded. They should be located in depot, this number, which is what we entered, this random number. I actually don't know what it means, to be honest. And we have all these things. Now, we can actually open this, and it'll open Risk of Rain 2. However, it's not exactly what we want. So you can see when I select my profile here, nobody has to look at any of these, by the way. If I select my main profile here, great name for it, by the way, don't mind it, it's old. You can see this actually is the older version of the game. I have these characters, I don't have the DLC characters, I only have that expansion, right? It actually has been downgraded. However, the reason I said it's not ideal is because if I go over to multiplayer, you'll see when I try to do this, I'm clicking this button, nothing's happening, I can't invite anyone. We probably don't want that, we probably want to play with our friends, because Risk of Rain is a very fun game. So how do we fix this? I'm about to show you. Closing out of this, we're going to need to head over to Steam, and I'll just search for that. So Steam, you can see over here in my games bar, we have Risk of Rain. If you're already on something else, just find Risk of Rain. It doesn't really matter. So you're going to need to right-click, manage, browse local files. Now this will open up the Steam directory, and mine will probably look a bit different than yours because I've actually already done this. So my game's actually currently running on the Devotion update. But it doesn't matter because no matter which files there are, we're just going to replace them. Now, I'm just going to delete them all because we don't need them, but you're more than welcome to keep them if you want. I actually have my old ones still on my desktop in case I ever want to come back to them. Doesn't matter though. So this folder is now empty. What we want to do is go back to this folder of the files we downloaded earlier. And these, you can see, are pretty similar. Now, in my case, they're exact, however, they'll probably be different for you, and you're just going to bring them over into the Steam directory. For me, it's copying them over, it might be moving them, doesn't really matter, they don't need to, it doesn't matter. And now that it's done, the reason we have to do that is because this is basically where Steam thinks Risk of Rain 2 is, and we're basically saying Risk of Rain 2, actually, that's the downgraded version of Risk of Rain 2, not the cringe updated one. So, we can actually close everything now, because we're done. We've done everything there is to do. What you might want to do now is perhaps close and maybe reopen Steam, since I don't know if it needs to refresh or not. Slight interjection from the editor here, who is also me. You have to actually task manager Steam, or at least as far as I can tell. When I tried it before, I had to task manager it in order for it to work. I don't know why, I think Steam just needs to update. Anyway, continue. Once this is done, we can go over, we can start it, and let me just wait for this. You can see I'm in Risk of Rain 2, and if I go over to multiplayer, and I click invite, you can see the Steam overlay properly shows up, and if I go back, I go to single player, you can see I am still in the downpatched version of Risk of Rain 2. Everything appears to be working as is, and as far as I've been able to test, everything works properly. So that's the end of this. Thank you for watching. Gearbox, please fix your game, and I hope everyone enjoys having the Risk of Rain we actually love. I'll see you guys later, be in the past, present, or future.